Here's something that'll mess with your head. Right now, there are people of your age who started with absolutely nothing. Not a trust fund, not an inheritance, not even a stable job, who are sitting on six figures. And no, they didn't win the lottery or get lucky with some meme stock. They just understood something that nobody bothered to teach them in school. Meanwhile, the data tells a wild story. Young people's wealth has grown nearly 50% since before the pandemic. Gen Z is growing their retirement accounts faster than any generation before them. But here's the kicker. Most of them still feel broke. Three-fourths of Gen Z and millennials say inflation is crushing them on everyday goods. Two-thirds of young adults now say they want extreme wealth, not because they're greedy, but because they're terrified. They just want security. So, what's the truth? Are we the broke generation destined to rent forever? Or are we actually positioned to build serious wealth? The answer is both, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Look, I get it. When someone says build wealth from zero, your brain probably does one of two things. Either you roll your eyes because you've heard this before and it never works, or you lean in hoping for some secret hack that'll make you rich. Neither of those things is happening here. What we're talking about is something different. It's understanding the actual game being played, the one where the rules aren't obvious and nobody explained it to you because they didn't want you to know. Because here's a truth that'll make you uncomfortable. The wealth gap isn't an accident. It's a feature, not a bug. But here's the thing about systems. Once you understand how they work, you can work them back. Let's start with what starting from zero actually means right now. And I want to be specific here because the financial advice industry loves to be vague. Zero doesn't mean you have zero money in your bank account, though if you do, we'll work with that. Zero means you have no financial foundation, no emergency fund, probably some debt, no investments, no understanding of how money actually works beyond I get paid, I spend it, it's gone. The average young person under 40 now has a net worth of about $259,000. That sounds insane, right? Like, who are these people? Well, here's the reality hiding in that number. It's an average, not a median. The wealthiest 10% of millennial households saw their wealth increase by 140% compared to boomers at the same age. But the bottom 50% of households by wealth? They hold just 2.5% of total household wealth. Let's translate that. A small group of young people are crushing it. The rest of them are fighting over crumbs. And before you think, well, those people probably had rich parents, sure, some did, but the data shows something fascinating. Between the end of 2019 and the end of 2023, median wealth for households under 35 jumped from $16,000 to $39,000. That's a 140% increase. That's not inheritance money. That's people figuring something out. So what did they figure out? They figured out that wealth isn't built by working harder at your job. Your job is a tool. It's the starting gun, not the race. Okay. So here's where most financial advice loses you, because it gets preachy about budgets and emergency funds. Think of wealth building like constructing a house. You can have the most beautiful design, the most expensive materials, the most Instagram-worthy aesthetic, but if you build it on sand, the first storm washes it away. Your financial foundation is the same thing. First thing, you need to know where your money actually goes, not where you think it goes. Most people are shocked when they track their spending for a month. That daily coffee habit, $45 a week, $200 a month. Streaming services you forgot you had, another $70. Food delivery because you were tired, easily $300 a month. I'm not saying don't spend on these things. I'm saying most people are spending unconsciously, then wondering why they're broke. The 50-30-20 budgeting rule is popular for a reason. 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings and investments. But here's the secret nobody tells you. That 20% is negotiable at first. If you're truly at zero, even saving 5% is a start. The goal is building the habit, not hitting some arbitrary target. Next, the emergency fund. This is what separates people who build wealth from people who stay broke. Because things will happen. Your car will break down. You'll need a root canal. Your laptop will get faulty right before a warranty date. When you have no cushion, these events don't just cost you money, they cost you momentum. You go into debt, which charges you interest, which means you're moving backward instead of forward. The conventional wisdom says save 3 to 6 months of expenses. That's great if you're already stable. If you're starting from zero, your first goal is $500. That's it. Just $500 sitting in a high-yield savings account. That's enough to handle most small emergencies without going into debt. Once you have that, build to $1,000, then $1,500, then 1 month of expenses. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be less vulnerable than you were before. And here's the psychological piece that nobody talks about. Having money you don't spend gives you power. It gives you the power to say no, the power to quit a toxic job, the power to negotiate, the power to take a risk. That's what wealth actually means. All right, foundation built. Now we get to the interesting part, the part where your money starts working for you instead of you working for money. This is where compound interest enters the chat. And I know compound interest sounds like something your boomer uncle lectures you about at Thanksgiving. But stay on this video, because this is legitimately the most powerful wealth-building force that exists. Let's say you invest $1,000. Maybe it's a tax refund, maybe you saved it up, doesn't matter. And you put it in an investment account that grows at 6% a year. Pretty average, nothing special. In the first year, you make $60. You now have $1,060. Okay, not exactly yacht money. You're probably thinking this is pointless. But watch what happens in year 2. You don't make another $60, but you make $63. Why? Because you're not earning 6% on your original 1,000 anymore. You're earning it on 1,060. You're making money on your original investment plus the money that investment already made. You're earning interest on your interest. This is the secret that wealthy people know and broke people don't. Time is more valuable than money. Starting at 25 versus 35 can literally double your retirement wealth. Starting at 20 versus 30 can triple it. But here's where young people are getting smart. Traditional advice says max out your retirement accounts. And yes, do that. But Gen Z especially is doing something different. They're not putting all their eggs in the retirement basket. They're building wealth they can actually access before they're 65. The strategy looks like this. First, if your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. That's free money. If they match 50% of your first 6%, that's an instant 50% return. You will never, ever find the better guaranteed return than that. Second, open a Roth IRA. This is huge because the money grows tax-free and you can withdraw your contributions anytime without penalty. The current limit is $7,000 a year. If you can hit that, you're ahead of 90% of people of your age. Third, and this is where it gets interesting, invest in regular taxable brokerage accounts. Yes, you'll pay taxes on gains, but you can access this money anytime. This is your wealth building account for goals that aren't retirement. Buying a house, starting a business, having options. What do you invest in? Here's where I'm going to make it simple and probably make some finance bros mad. For most people starting out, low-cost index funds are the answer. An S&P 500 index fund gives you ownership in 500 of the biggest companies. Total stock market funds give you even broader diversification. The historical average return of the stock market is around 9 to 10% annually. Some years it's up 30%, some years it's down 20%. But over decades, it trends up. And that's the key. This isn't money you're touching in the next few years, but this is money that's going to compound while you focus on other things. Now, let's assume you have money to invest. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, cool story, but I'm literally living paycheck to paycheck. Fair. Let's talk about the income side of the equation. Because here's the truth. You cannot save your way to wealth on a low income. You have to earn more. The math just doesn't work otherwise. But here's where it gets interesting. Young people are increasingly figuring out that they don't build wealth through salary alone. They build it through multiple income streams. The data shows younger wealthy people are looking at real estate investments, crypto, private equity, starting their own companies, and direct investments at higher rates than stocks. Now, I'm not saying go and buy crypto or jump into private equity if you're starting from zero, but I am saying the mindset shift is important. Wealth isn't built by climbing a corporate ladder. It's built by owning things that appreciate or generate cash flow. The practical version of this for most people starting out: side hustles that can scale. Not driving for Uber. That's just trading time for money at a slightly higher rate. I'm talking about skills-based side work that has leverage. Can you write? Businesses need content. Can you design? Everyone needs graphics. Can you code? Build tools people will pay for. Can you teach something? Online courses are a multi-billion-dollar market. Can you build an audience? That's literally a currency now. The goal isn't to become a side hustle bro working 80 hours a week. The goal is to create additional cash flow that you can funnel into investments. Even an extra $500 a month invested consistently changes everything. Here's the math. $500 a month invested at 8% annual returns for 30 years becomes $747,000. That's $750,000 from a side hustle that pays you an extra $500 a month. And look, maybe you're thinking, I don't have time for a side hustle. I get it. Life is exhausting. But here's the thing. You're going to work for the next 40 years either way. The question is, are you working to make someone else rich, or are you working to build something for yourself? We need to talk about the thing that stops most people from building wealth: debt. Not all debt is evil. A mortgage on a house that appreciates, that's leverage. Student loans for a degree that increases your earning power, that can be worth it. But credit card debt at 18 to 25% interest, that's financial poison. Here's why. Remember compound interest, the magical force that builds wealth? It works in reverse on debt. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 18% interest and you only make minimum payments, it'll take you over 20 years to pay off and cost you over $6,000 in interest alone. That's compound interest destroying wealth instead of building it. The strategy is simple. There are two main approaches. The avalanche method says pay off the highest interest rate debt first. Mathematically, this is optimal. The snowball method says pay off the smallest balances first for psychological wins. Both work. Pick one and execute. But here's the key. While you're paying off debt, you're still building that emergency fund, and you're still contributing enough to get your employer match if you have one. You're not putting your entire life on hold to be debt-free. You're doing multiple things at lower levels simultaneously. Because here's what nobody tells you about debt payoff. It can become an excuse to never start investing. I'll invest once I'm debt-free. Turns into years of lost compound interest that you can never get back. You can do both. Everything just work. The data proves it works. Young people are building wealth right now using exactly these strategies. The wealth gap is real. The system is rigged in a lot of ways. Starting from zero is harder than starting from comfort. That's all true. But here's what's also true. Young people's wealth grew by 49% in 4 years. Gen Z is outpacing every previous generation in retirement savings at the same age. That didn't happen by accident. It happened because people decided to play a different game than their parents played. They started investing earlier. They built multiple income streams. They used technology and access to information that previous generations didn't have. You have advantages that nobody in history ever had. You can open an investment account from your phone in 10 minutes. You can learn about any topic for free on YouTube. You can start a business with almost no capital. You can access opportunities globally from your bedroom. The roadmap is simple. Build a foundation with an emergency fund and basic budgeting. Start investing as early as possible, even if it's just $50 a month. Increase your income through skills and side projects. Attack high-interest debt. Let compound interest do its thing over decades. Will this make you a millionaire by 30? Probably not. But it'll make you financially stable by 35 and wealthy by 50. And in a world where most people never build wealth at all, that puts you in rare company. The game is long, the game is patient, the game rewards people who start now instead of waiting for perfect conditions that never come.